When in the Christian church, beloved within the Christian church, this is a very urgent message, a very urgent message called Who is the Antichrist, the man of sin, the son of perdition, and the lawless one? This is taken from 2 Thessalonians chapter 2, verse 8 to 11. For verse 7 to 11. For the mystery of iniquity doth already work, only he who now letteth will let until he be taken out of the way. And then shall that wicked be revealed, whom the Lord shall consume with the spirit of his mouth, and shall destroy the brightness of his coming. Even him whose coming is after the working of Satan, with all power and signs and lying wonders, and with all deceivableness of unrighteousness in them that perish, because they receive not the love of the truth, that they might be saved. For this cause God shall send them strong delusion, that they should believe a lie. Now, beloved in the Adventist church, the man of sin is Pope Francis. The man of sin is Pope Francis. His office is the man of sin office. All those who are in that office are the man of sin. They're all the lawless one. They're all the son of perdition. They're all the Antichrist. They're all the one who exalts and opposes himself above all that is called God, or that his worship say he as God sitteth in the temple of God, showing himself that he is God. He's not God, but a man. What does the scripture mean when it says the mystery of iniquity has already worked, but is not let? That's talking about paganism. Pagan Rome was working in Paul's time when he wrote this letter. And in 508 AD, paganism was taken away. All the pagan powers were taken away. Pagan Rome fell at around 508 AD. The first pagan power was Babylon, the second was Medo-Persia, the third one was Greece, and last one was Rome. Then the abomination and desolation was set up. What is abomination and desolation? The mystery of iniquity, the papacy, the man of sin power, the Antichrist power, the lawless power, the son of perdition power. What are they lawless against? They defy the fourth commandment. They teach that the Sabbath is not true. They teach that Sunday should be observed. They teach infant baptism. They sprinkle for baptism for adults. They rape little boys. A Catholic Jesuit priest, and the priests do that. They teach that man can forgive sins, a human confession on those private confessions that they have. They teach that the Pope is infallible, that he's over the Bible. The Bible is not infallible. The Pope is the last word. The humanity is fallible. It's infallible. Sorry, they teach that the Pope is infallible. They don't teach that the Bible is infallible. They teach that the Pope is infallible. And so they believe in a man infallibility law and chain. They teach that they teach legalism and they teach antinomianism at the same time. They teach that we can save by our works, while at the same time we're also saved by no works at all. That we don't have to do anything to be saved, and that we have to obey to be saved as well. So they teach legalism and antinomianism at the same time in the Adventist church. That's the secret of the power. A church that receives those who want to live in their sin, and a church that teaches that they can't overcome their sins, beloved. So they can receive the apostate Protestant world and the Muslims at the same time, beloved in the Adventist church. And so that's the sad, beloved in the Adventist church and beloved in the Protestant religions. That's the faith of the Roman Catholic Church. And so we are called to call them out of Babylon. Revelation chapter 14, verse 6 tells us about Babylon. And it talks about coming out of Babylon. Revelation chapter 14, verse 6 to 12 says, And I saw the angel fly amidst of heaven, had the everlasting gospel preaching to dwell upon the earth, and every nation and kindred and tongue and people saying with a loud voice, Fear God, and give glory to him, for the hour of judgment is come, and worship him that made the heaven and the earth and the sea and the fountains of waters. And they followed the angels, saying, Babylon is fallen, and that great city, because she made all nations drink of the wine of the wrath of fornication. And the third angel followed them, saying with a loud voice, If any man worship his image and receive his mark in his hand or on his forehead, the same shall drink of the wine of wrath of God, which is poured out without mixture into the cup of his indignation. And he shall be tormented to a fire and brimstone in the presence of holy angels, in the presence of the Lamb. What does this mean, beloved in the Adventist beloved in the Christian church? This means, and Adventists already know this, by the way, I just said Adventists by accident. This means that those who keep Sunday holy and violate the fourth commandment, which is the Sabbath commandment. This means that those who pray to a man for forgiveness of sins, like the Pope, believe he's infallible. This means that those who break God's law and live any way they want to live, eat any kind of thing, dress any kind of way, have any kind of false education, and receive the mark of the beast in the forehead in their hand. Those people will receive the mark of the beast in the 7 last plagues, which are the water turning to blood, the sun scorching them in fervent heat, darkness over the city beast of the papacy, where he resides at. This means all this will happen to them if they forsake the truth in his last days, beloved. And it is going to happen to them. And that's the sad reality about it. And so the man of sin power, God counsels us to come out of Babylon because it is fallen. Babylon is fallen. It fell first in 530 AD when church entered with state. It fell again in 1844 when the apostate Protestant war, harlot daughters decided to reject the second age message to come out of Babylon. And it's going to fully fall when the apostate Protestant daughters signed Sunday legislation and the mark of the beast legislation, enforcing Sunday worship in these last days. When all those things happen and the threefold union is the dragon, the beast, and the papacy all unite, along with her harlot daughters, when they all unite in these last days, the false prophet being America, and united with the apostate Protestant world through the office of the apostate Protestant minister, the dragon being spiritualism, and the beast being the papacy. When they all unite in these last days, that threefold union is united, then we shall see Satan's lying wonders, blood. Be ready in these last days, because when you come out of Babylon, not be deceived by the lying wonders of the papacy and the apostate Protestant world and spiritualism. God bless. Maranatha.